Hello, everyone. Welcome to Everything Arsenal. Arsenal 2, Crystal Palace 2 match reaction. And if you're to ask me how our season has gone, like if you hadn't watched any Arsenal game at all this season and you're to ask me how's our season been, this is one of the games I'd probably ask you to watch to see. And I tell you, that is exactly how our season has gone. Our Premier League season has not been great at all. Like the three things that I took from today that has happened basically the entire season. Number one, another draw. That's like 13 draws this season. I think that is second to Everton in terms of most draws this season. At the beginning of the season, I predicted Arsenal to have 6 draws. So we've doubled it and then we've added even more on top of that. So in terms of draws, there is way too many draws. And from the 4 games that we have remaining, Newcastle, Liverpool, Bournemouth, I still see at least 2 more draws. So that will be like 15 draws in this season if it goes that way. So that's crazy. Yet another draw. Number 2, it's another game where we've scored fast, we've had the lead, and we've dropped points. That has happened so many times, especially even at home. Liverpool pops up at home, 2-1 ahead, Liverpool score 2-2. Man City away, we lead 2-1, Man City score 2-2. Today, we lead 2-1, Crystal Palace score 2-2. It has happened a lot this season. I think the last 2 seasons combined, we didn't drop that many points from leading positions. I think the number of points we dropped the last 2 seasons, if you put them together, this season I still beat them even if you combine them. That's how many points we've dropped from winning positions this season. So that is the second thing. Another game where we've had the lead and dropped points. Number 3, and it has happened the entire season, injuries once again. Like this entire season, it's literally felt like, okay, let me check Arsenal's lineup today. Okay. Gabriel is playing. That is great. Oh, Calafiori is injured. Osaka is back. Wow, that is amazing. Oh, Gabriel is out now. Marina is back. This is great. We're going to see Marina's debut. Odegaard is injured for Norway. Another player is missing. Like so many examples. Martinelli is back. Oh, Declan Rice has a broken toe. He's going to play against Chelsea with a broken toe. Recently, like so many. Today, you look at the lineup and you're like, where the hell is Merino and Ben White? Like, where did they go? Merino is now injured. Ben White is injured again for like the 5th time this season. That has been a nightmare this season. That's the third thing. That's the one thing that has happened those 3 things, it's happened the entire season. And yeah, we've not been able to gather any sort of consistency. I asked for, because the last 2 seasons we've been able to win 5 games in a row, 6 games in a row, 7 games in a row, 8 games in a row. This season we've not managed to win 3 games in a row at any point of the season. So more than 3. We've won 3, I think, around when we beat Nottingham Forest and West Ham, I think around November or something. But we've not won more than 3 in a row. So yeah, that's how the season has gone. The Premier League season has not been great, and I really needed us to win today because I don't want Man City, Nottingham Forest, and Newcastle to catch up with us anytime soon. Because I can't lie to you. You see that game, that Bournemouth game that is between the PSG games, I really do not care about it at all. Like if I was the coach, I would dress like 10 of the players. I really do not care about that Bournemouth game. So if we actually do that, then that means you're not going to win that game probably. So if we, let's end up drawing with Bournemouth as well, Man City's fixtures, Man City have Southampton next, they have Wolves, they're probably going to win both of those games. So there could be a scenario where with 2 games remaining, we could be like maybe 3 points ahead of Man City, maybe 3-4 points ahead of Nottingham and Newcastle. All of them will be like 3 or 4 points behind us. And the problem is if we somehow like beat PSG, or you're heading into the second leg and the players are tired or whatever, we have Liverpool and Newcastle coming up in the league. I'm not sure we're going to win those games. I feel like those are going to be draws again. So yeah, there's still a chance if you're not careful, Man City can catch up with us. So anyway, yeah, we still need like another 2 wins at least. We need to beat Southampton and we might need to beat Bournemouth and then hopefully maybe draw with one of Newcastle and Liverpool and then secure a second. But the focus is on the Champions League anyway. So unfortunately, again, and even players like Jorginho plays 1 game and then he gets injured. Like, oh my goodness, so many injuries. Now, heading into this game, I was confident we're going to win. We have a very good record against Crystal Palace this season. We beat them 5-1 and 3-2 in the Carabao Cup last season. I remember when Arsenal came back from Dubai, we beat Crystal Palace 5-0. I think we had won like 7 games in a row against Crystal Palace. So this is one of our favorite opponents. I think we've started the season against them a couple of seasons ago. I think the last 2 seasons, our first away game has been Crystal Palace twice in a row. So we always beat them. We always beat Crystal Palace. So I was confident today we'd beat them, whichever squad he put out. And then when I saw the lineup, I was like, okay, we've gone strong again. I said in the preview, I don't want to see Saka at all. That was the first one I said. And then I said I didn't want to see maybe Saliba or Rice, at least one of them gets rested. But Saka was rested, so I was happy with that. I didn't even want him to come on. So I was thinking, okay, we're going to win this game and then hopefully get like 8 points out of Man City, and then you can now focus on the Champions League. Again, it was a great start, very, very good start to win a free kick. Odegaard is a fantastic cross. Usually Rice takes the free kicks from that side, but he puts in a very, very good cross and very good header from Kiwior. I really love what Kiwior is doing, man. Kiwior is not only defending well, he's also now scoring goals. That is great for his confidence, obviously, heading into the next this crucial part of our season. Kiwior is going to be needed because Gabriel is out. Doesn't look like Calafia is coming back anytime soon. And on top of that, Ben White is injured again. We are missing Tomiyasu. We are missing like 5 defenders. So we're in a tough position defensively. We are going to really have to depend on these players. And surprise, surprise, this is absolutely shocking. We did not expect this, but this is something that has also come up. All of a sudden, Kiwior is looking more confident than Saliba. That's not something you expected because the last like 3 games, Kiwior has been better and Saliba has made 2 very bad mistakes. And in making it 2 games in like 3, that's not something I would like to see. You can make a mistake once and then, you can make like 2-3 mistakes in a season, but back-to-back games like that, that's not a great sign. Dwelling on the ball too much, and Rice obviously always out of his line, and that has happened like 3 times this season. We've considered a red card from that happening, and yeah, we need to stop doing that. We need to be more careful because I don't know why he's passing the ball. Anyway, Kiwior has been, he's looked better than Saliba the last 3 games. So that is, he might have to help out Saliba, surprisingly, in those PSG games. So those, first of all, before I come to the goal, our lineup, I said, was what I expected. So Partey, Odegaard, and Rice, and Martinelli, and Trossard, and Sterling. Sterling started for the first time in a long time. So I was happy with that, no problem. So we score early, fantastic. 3 minutes in, we have the lead 1-0. Great. Try and get a second goal and then sub off a couple of players at halftime. That is what I was thinking. And our bench didn't have a lot of players today. Saka, Tini, Nwaneri, Neto, Zinchenko, Butler, Deji, Kabia, Goa, and Henry Francis, a few youngsters there. So I was hoping, listen, score a few goals, take off like 3 players, and then let's see a couple of those youngsters plus Tierney, Nwaneri, Zinchenko. I'll be happy with that. But we actually created a few more chances. Raya, very good long throw to Martinelli. We had a chance from that. Raya is very good at that. Those quick releases when he gets the ball and throws them forward and passes it forward. Raya actually creates like at least 5 chances from those situations in a season. That's great. And then Rice had a shot off target that almost went in. That was another good attempt. I think Rice had like 3 attempts today. All of them were close. And then there's a time the ball went to Trossard from a long pass from Kiwior. That is what Kiwior can do. Kiwior is very good at those passes. It was in the 19th minute. He attempted a long pass to Trossard, and Trossard's control was actually very good. So we had a few moments here and there, but we didn't quite get the second goal. And unfortunately, we also conceded from a corner. And it was a well-worked corner. Actually, the corners that we have conceded this season, I don't think many of them are like direct crosses to the box. Look at Man City away from home last minute. I think Grealish takes a short corner and then they end up scoring from that. Look at Bournemouth's corner against us when he lost 2-0 to them last year. It was a very well-worked corner, shot, cross to the box, pass, goal. And then this one today as well. Like, we've considered some really like fantastic corners like you'd never see too many times in a season. So fair play to them. That was a very good goal. Eze, fantastic. Now, conceding a goal like that, yes, you'd say there needs to be someone with the Eze. There's the most dangerous player in the team. We need someone to mark him. But when we concede a goal like that, I'm like, okay, that's a good goal. I don't have a problem with us conceding a goal like that. I have a problem with no one marking him, yes. But if someone scores a good goal like that, fair enough, no problem. So 1-1. I still thought we were going to come back and score a few more goals. Kiwior had a fantastic Nketiah. My good, Nketiah was playing like Aguero. Nketiah was actually playing like Aguero today, and Kiwior had a very good block from him. Otherwise, Nketiah would have had a goal or a couple. He actually had a head as well that also went off target. And then came our second goal, and the second goal was very, very well worked. Very, very good finish from Trossard. And I'm really happy to see Trossard gaining his confidence back and scoring a few goals. Now, again, I saw a lot of people saying sell Martinelli, sell Trossard. I've never said that. I said yes, they might not start for us next season, but just keep them in the team because I don't think Martinelli and Trossard are like 4 out of 10 footballers, like completely useless. They're not going to help us. No, Trossard actually, what he has shown us the last 3 seasons is that the last 2-3 months of the season, he usually gets goals and assists in bunches. So that is great to see. So how many goals is that Trossard has? Is it like, I think like 7 or 8 in the Premier League, so he might actually has a chance of getting to 10. We've never I think it's been more than 100 years since we've not had 10 goals from someone in the Premier League in a season, and our top scorer is Havertz 9, and he's not going to play again this season, or he could maybe one game at the end, but yeah, we don't have anyone close to 10 goals, but maybe Trossard and Merino could be ending up there, but Merino again, all of a sudden is injured. Whatever. So that finish from Trossard, that pass from Timber, fantastic. Composure from Trossard, left foot finish, fantastic. Hopefully can keep on scoring because again, hopefully Merino is back for the PSG game, but you're going to need Trossard. Like if we start with Merino, Martinelli, and Saka up front, one of the first player who's going to be brought on is going to be Trossard. So he's going to play a crucial role for us in that Champions League campaign, the remaining part. So fantastic goal to make it 2-1. And then Raya, there was a warning in the first half. Raya actually gave away the ball and Partey blocked it. That was the first warning. Raya was out of his goal. That would have gone in from Adam Wharton. The way Raya plays, they don't have a problem because most of the time it works. Like if you look at the goal he scored against Real Madrid, the Merino goal, it's coming from Raya passing out from the back. When you make like 20 passes and you score from it, when it works, it looks very good. But when we give away the ball, Raya is off his goal. And yeah, we need to be very careful with that not to happen in the Champions League because those teams will punish you. Those teams have that quality to chip the goalkeeper from the middle of the pitch. Surprisingly, Saka came on for Sterling in the 59th minute. I thought Sterling would at least play 70 minutes, so Saka would come on maybe for 20 minutes, but Saka came on for Sterling early. Ketia was attempting overhead kicks, playing like Aguero today. And then we actually had a third goal that was disallowed. I think if this goal was allowed, the game would have been over, but it looked like the ball had gone out. It wasn't offside. Timber crossed it, Martinelli scored, but it was the ball went out. It looked like 95% out, but maybe it was fully out, whatever. And then Saka had a volley that was saved very, very well by Henderson. So we didn't really miss clear-cut chances, but there was those very good saves from Henderson, like that one. Trossard from a right corner, I thought he should have not headed it outside. He should have tried to bring it back to the box instead of heading it towards the direction of the goal. So that was another half chance from Trossard. And then obviously make the mistake. I don't know what Saliba was doing trying to pass to Odegaard there. He was surrounded by 2 players. We lose the ball. Master chips the goalkeeper because obviously Raya off his goal because that is how we play. I think that has happened 3 times this season. So yeah, we need to watch out for that. Again, I don't have a problem with us playing like that, but you need to be very careful. And Saliba, that is twice he's made that same mistake. And a couple of months ago, it was Lewis Kelly, I think, losing the ball, and we got a red card from that situation when Raya was off his goal as well. So Saliba needs to be careful because he's the guy that we're depending on now that Gabriel is out. He's the one that has always been there. The guys who are usually playing with him are no longer there. Ben White is injured, Tomiyasu is injured, Gabriel is injured. So Timber is first full season at Arsenal without an injury. Lewis Kelly's new this season. Kive doesn't always play. So heading into this crucial part, Saliba is the one that always plays. He's the one who's been there for 3 seasons. So he's been a constant. We need him to be at the top of his game. But again, the thing with Saliba is on the other side, if you look at it, he's still making very good tackles and challenges like the one he made on Sa in the second half. So Nwaneri and Tierney came on for Odegaard and Lewis Kelly. And then we had that another half chance from the long throw from Tierney. Martinelli goes through, should have passed it to Saka, but he attempted a shot off target. But it ended up being a 2-2 draw, yet another draw this season. I think we've drawn with every single team this season, right? We've drawn with Liverpool, we've drawn with Man City, we've drawn with Nottingham, we've drawn with Chelsea, we've drawn with Aston Villa. That's another game that we had a lead and then we threw it away, 2-0 lead in that one. That's 5. We drew with Fulham, that's 6. We drew with Brighton twice, that's 7. We drew with Brentford 8, Crystal Palace 9, Everton 10, Man United 11. Guys, I think we've drawn with almost every single team in the Premier League. Yeah, I think we've drawn with 12 teams this season. Brighton twice. So that's crazy. But let's do the player ratings very, very quickly. I'm going to give Raya 7 out of 10. The goal was not really his error, as I've said. That is how we play. And he actually did create 2 chances from his quick passes and quick long throws. So no problem with David Raya. And I think he handled some of the crosses well, as he always does. So David Raya gets it's a shame that he couldn't get the clean sheet because he's one clean sheet away from Sales, the Nottingham Forest goalkeeper. So 7 out of 10 for him. Kiwi, I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. Fantastic performance, and he scored the goal as well. And if you look at his stats today, if I just quickly check them, today he had 6 clearances, 2 blocked shots, he had 1 tackle, 2 out of 2 ground duels, 100%. He had 133 touches of the ball, 97% pass accuracy. He made 118 passes today. He also attempted 100. He completed 100% of his dribbles. So in that long pass I'm talking about to TROSSARD as well, I think he was fantastic. 8 out of 10. Saliba, I was going to give him a 6, but because he's made 2 mistakes in like 2 weeks, no, not unacceptable. 5 out of 10. We can't be doing that. Not great at all. I've already talked about him enough, so 5 out of 10 for today. Timber, 7 out of 10. He got an assist. Another solid performance. Again, there's a time he was kind of limping. You saw the way he was like going to turn with the ball and then just stretches his foot, and then they were showing him because he was limping. I was like, this is literally what has happened the entire season. Like, what kind of injury would that have been? Like, no one near him is just turning with the ball and then he just sleeps on the ground. That is how we pick up our injuries, like the most crazy injuries, and then you just hear players out for 2 months. 7 out, like Merino, Gabriel falling on Merino, Calafiori stretching his leg for Italy and getting injured for 2 months. Crazy. 7 out of 10, even Odegaard's injury. Timber, 7 out of 10. Lewis Kelly, I'm going to give a 6 out of 10. It's a bit quiet today, but didn't need him to play all that, to be honest. He's still one of our most crucial players. Let's hope we get that same energy against PSG. 6 out of 10. Rice today. Got a yellow card. I think Rice today I'm going to give him. He had a couple of chances to shoot, but another thing that Rice does is those crosses from the corners. Oh my goodness. 7 out of 10 for Rice. Fantastic. Odegaard, he got to the cross was great, so I'm going to give an extra point for the assist, but there's a few times he's attempting passes they're not going through, so it could have been a 6, but because he got an assist, I'm going to give him a 7. Who else was in midfield? Thomas Partey. Today's performance from Thomas Partey, I think it's like between a 6 or a 7. I'm just going to give him a 7. There's a few times he's getting the ball in tight situations, turning with them well, so 7 out of 10, or turning with the ball while leaving the defenders there. 7 out of 10. Forward players, I'm going to give Sterling just 6 out of 10. He wasn't involved in the game a lot, man. Unfortunately, he tried to cross the ball sometime, almost 10. Actually, he created the chance for Rice, could have been an assist, and then he had a cross that was very good that almost landed on Rice again. So 6 out of 10 for Sterling. Martinelli, he was lively. I mean, I thought he should have done better with some of those chances. He scored, but it was disallowed. I also don't think his performance was that great. So, did I miss anything? Let me just check Martinelli's stats. I didn't know this video is going to be this long. I was thinking if I was giving her 6.5, I'm just going to give let me just give him a 7. He always works hard, but there's a few times should have done better with the past. 7 out of 10. Who else played? Leandro Trossard, another good goal, another good finish. But yeah, I'm going to let me give him an 8 because he scored a goal. So 8 out of 10. Good finish from him. Bench players, Saka didn't have to do a lot, so just 6 out of 10 for Saka. Who else came on? It was it was very late. No, Neri and Tini didn't have too long to play. But Tini, I'm actually going to give an extra 0.6 because of that long throw to Martinelli that almost ended up in a goal. But yeah, that's the match reaction, the player ratings. That's just how our Premier League season has gone. Focus is on the Champions League. 4 Premier League games to go. Let's hope we beat Bournemouth and Southampton and secure second. And then if we can pick up a draw from Liverpool or Southampton or Newcastle somewhere, we secure second. But yeah, my focus in the Champions League now. 6 days to rest. Champions League has been different from the Premier League for us this, so let's see how it goes. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch up with you on the next one.